muted. Oh, am I muted? No, I don't think I'm muted. All right, greetings, everyone. Just a second. Let me make sure I have everything properly done. Alrighty then. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. You
Greetings.
are tuned into
Peace, love, and light.
Speaking with the Sage. Okay, so in this episode, we'll be discussing the moral compass of community and the role of the divine masculine. All right, and our panel tonight are Empress, H.P.S, Empress Yamaya Faye.
Greetings.
Greetings to her.
Bless,
Mike Hotep. Greetings.
bless,
Mike.
peace, love, and light,
Peace,
royal
peace, love,
family.
and light.
Yeah,
And
it's great to be
myself.
here.
Nice to have you here, definitely. And myself, Heiress is
Right.
Jauqline Faye-Yemajier. All right, so we are definitely going to get started. Before we continue, after watching this podcast, please feel free to check out more videos on FGTV by Faye-Yemajier, which is a lifestyle channel. So I trust you will find something that you definitely are into on the channel, and subscribe, do all of that great stuff, like, share, and we greatly appreciate it. All right, so
Definitely.
how is everyone doing? Let's commence and get started.
Bless.
I'm excited.
We're good. We're good. I had to ring that bell, open up that sacred space, just opening up the sacred
That's
space.
right.
All that
That's right.
divine portals, may all
The
that is
rhythms.
meant
Yeah,
for us to
yeah,
resonate with us,
right.
and those that will
Yeah,
come to view this now or even in the near future, have a
right.
keen ear, a heart to hear, a heart to receive, and a spirit just to really embody that word of what is going to take place this evening, which is, for me, I'm so pleased to have you here, Mike, my brother.
Man,
Okay, I am so pleased because
I'm
you,
grateful,
you be doing your thing, okay, but you
I'm
be in the
very
bag, in
elusive,
the
you
cut,
know.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's right. That's right. That's right. I'm
you
more of
be
a
in the cut.
listener, you know. I don't do a
Yes,
whole lot of talking, but yeah, we hear, and to even expound out, you talking about the rhythms, man. That's one of the main things they got rid of, at least when I was growing up, like in the early '80s. In the local communities, they would have the bells, the church bells,
I
all of these things,
say,
just shooting
Mm.
off rhythms, and they purposefully, anyways, they got rid of
yeah,
those things because they are
yeah,
healing energies. Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
exactly.
righteous. But anyways, I
Okay,
just had to say,
okay.
sorry about that.
I love
That's
it. Go on, Aaron. Go.
Okay. All right. So first, just we'd like to have just um, a brief summary of who you are, Mike. So
oh,
I like who you are, where are you from, why you chose your name. You're married, or you have children, grandchildren, just so
Yes.
they
yeah,
know the concept of who you are. So when we continue and you're speaking about your facts and stuff, it's just like, okay, wait, who's this man? Why is this? You've actually been through it. You know what I mean? You know
righteous.
these ins and
Yeah,
outs. So please do give us a brief summary so people know who you are.
yeah. And really, really, it's a long story. It would probably depress most people. But if I were just to give a snapshot into my life as a Gullah Geechee who lives off the coast of Southeast Georgia. People who track their roots to the Sierra Leone Africans who planted rice versus picking cotton. We're very unique people. And as it relates to my upbringing, I grew up with three older brothers who are all U.S. Marines, as well as myself. It's one of those stepping stones we had to take because of the area that we live in is very depressed, oppressed in certain ways. And if you want to get ahead, certainly most black families here couldn't propel you. Uh, you have to literally sacrifice yourself and go in the military if you want to get that started. And I grew up with a very abusive father, someone who lived in my mother's mouth like a dentist, someone who I took care of at the end of his life, as well as my mother and the changes they went through, other marriages, etc. Marine Corps experience from high school. combat experience. Got
Mm,
injured in the military. Uh, During that time, I lost my first daughter to a drunk driver. My
mm,
daughter and my wife's mother and grandparents, the four of them got killed simultaneously,
Wow. Okay.
burned alive, literally. And you fast forward through that. Uh, I got out the military and I ended up in prison because I shot someone.
Okay.
And I went into a program called the First Offenders, got myself my felonies dropped because I'd never been in trouble. And the guy had cut me. Long story short, went back to work in the federal service, the better parts of my life. Went back to federal work, U.S. Marshal Service, uh, the job corps system, and up to retirement, up to business owner. Uh, and in recent times, obviously, most people who do follow me, they'll know that I just recently lost my grandson who died from eating
mm,
a piece of watermelon in a daycare center. So, my
mm.
life has had a lot of flips and up and downs, and I have been married to the same woman
Ashe.
for 33 years. 33 years.
Wow.
Met
Ashe. Ashe.
we met in
Ashe.
this
Wow.
community, went to high school together, that type of situation.
Yes.
No outside children, raised my children. Currently taking care of everyone as it relates to the mental and spiritual health of my people.
Mm,
Especially
mm.
due to the loss of life. So, but
Ashe.
you fast forward to that, this is where I'm at now, which has led me. I've had a lot of downtime in life to start back studying and understanding why I worship the way I worship,
Mm,
making people shout and dance as a steel guitar player out of a house
mm,
of God church. You see a lot of really popular artists now that's out there that plays the steel guitar, the Robert Randolph.
mm,
Anyways,
mm.
uh,
Yes. My
but
goodness.
we came out of that situation, and I guess I just kind of deal with the music now, horses, four wheelers, UTVs, and just living
Mm,
life and
mm,
helping my community. One of the things I think we talked about is, what did I talk about during the Juneteenth program here
Yes,
locally
exactly. I
just
was gonna
recently?
ask that. Yeah. Perfect.
And that, that conversation borders from 1776 when white folks won their independence from other white folks during the Revolutionary War. Uh, the white folks that were sent to America from Great Britain were the worst of the worst. They sent them here to pay taxes and forge a new path or stay in prison on their side. And fast forward, while our people were in the cotton fields and the slave fields, you name it, white people were celebrating. And you fast forward to 1863, January 1, 1863, when President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. We talked a little bit on that. And we fast forward to June 19th, 1865, when the last slaves in Galveston, Texas, who went 2+ years without knowing that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed up until the Union soldiers entered
mm,
Galveston, Texas.
mm,
But,
mm.
the history also goes a little bit further, up until December 1865, really, when the 14th Amendment was enacted, which
Mm,
touches on slavery, literally.
mhm,
Once you're incarcerated, you're considered a slave again.
mm,
Okay, and I've
mhm,
personally
mhm,
been in that system. I've been in that system after coming off of one of the best military careers, security clearances. I mean, you name it. We came off of a great career, and to end
wow.
up in prison,
Right,
was
right, right,
a very
right.
hard thing. But eye opening, because that's where most black males are at. They're in
Right,
prison.
right, right. Which is another reason why I know I believed, as well as Heiress. I just thought that no, 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 no. It's really time to really open up the platform where we can hear from those kings, those actual leaders, those people that have actually been in the trenches and
Right,
have been on both sides of the scale, to be able to
righteous.
give us that
Yeah,
divine essence. Okay, I'm divine
right,
feminine, but you can't be anywhere else without the divine masculine. And who is he? How
righteous,
should he be
righteous.
represented? What state is he currently in? and how does he move, and maneuver around that strategically. Just
Yeah.
listening to you, I mean, of course, we've been following each
Yeah.
other and speaking back and forth for years.
Right. That's right.
And
That's right.
you have
That's for
been
sure. A true
consistent.
goddess. That's
Okay,
right. A true
thank
goddess, man.
you.
True
You have
goddess.
been so
Goddess is
consistent. You've definitely
righteous.
been so consistent with just your
Likewise.
placement. And just, of course, I got to ring the bell about you and your divine feminine. 33 years, honey, the
Yeah.
double, the triple, and
Oh
you
man,
just
you,
you
you
just
know, I got a great family, great wife.
you just
And
resonate.
I learned from the old school, man. I learned from old wise black folks. Just within the
Part.
last 3 years, my grandmother, who was 96, she
Oh,
just passed, and she lived
wow.
a rock thrown away from
Mm,
me. Like I could just literally walk across our road, as we say here in the country, and be at her home. And I was sheltered under her. And my
right.
great grandmother, I knew her. She was 103, and she died within the last 7 years. But anyways,
Wow.
yeah,
No,
been
well,
around good
okay.
people,
That is going to lead
righteous.
into one of my questions that I had for you,
Yeah.
which was, whom out of a few elders would you say really that you resonated with? And you mentioned two females
Oh man.
already. You
Yeah.
mentioned two
Yeah.
females,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah. Well.
beautiful. So, but
Well. Again, when we talk about the black woman, then we also have to realize that the black woman is the only woman that carries the mitochondrial DNA to create
all
any
right.
variation of life, skin tone, phenotype, and
Mhm.
life in general. It
Mhm.
all comes through you all.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I would suppose that's why the attack is so great against black
Mm,
women. Now, even when
mm,
you look here in America, also have to realize that the black woman is the most educated group in America,
mm,
but suffers the most.
mm,
But they
mm,
still
mm,
suffer the most.
mhm,
And
mhm, mhm,
uh, when we get down to talking about the masculine and the man, uh,
mhm,
I'd suppose since the 1960s, the black man has been purposely and purposefully pushed out of the home.
mm, mm,
There's
mm,
really like no shortage of black women, because even in
mhm,
plant, animal, and human life, obviously, uh, there's always more females than males. But when you look
mhm.
at the incarceration rate of black men in America, and I hope I'm not jumping too far from subject to subject, but
Yep,
everything is intricately connected. Just everything
most
just
definitely.
really is connected. And most black men are in prison. And I had a front row seat to see it. And for every one white person I seen in prison, there was at
Mm,
least 30 black men for every one
mm,
white
mm,
person. And when
mm,
you understood what the white person did, the crimes
mm.
they committed, just one of those crimes would send a brother up the river for 30 plus years for non-violent offenses. So, the black man is either locked up, incarcerated, or
Mhm,
targeted
mm, mm,
to enter the
mm, mm.
penal system, the prison system. Most schools are set up like prisons. They have long
Right,
hallways
right,
with beige walls and heavy doors.
right,
All right.
right,
And
right.
they have isolation places where they particularly send black men. Even in my community here, one
Mm,
of the fights that we're having right now is is to get more black educators. We have
okay.
one black administrator in a school system of at least a couple of thousand people, and maybe there's 10 black school teachers in a Gullah Geechee community that's being completely
Mm,
colonized, and
mm,
which
mm.
is another conversation. And I live about a place called Sapelo Island, Georgia, if you ever get a chance to look at it. And they're
Okay.
really doing the work on our people. But anyways, uh, white folks have no culture
Mm,
outside of black people, outside
mm,
of
mm,
war,
mm, mm, mm,
destruction,
mm,
and
mm, mm.
mayhem and rape. But I didn't want to get too far away,
Yeah, it's
because
okay.
I'll end up somewhere in the North Pole. Okay,
Okay, wait,
let's get
wait.
center me
So let
back,
me.
bring me back to what we
Yeah.
was
So
talking about. Man.
I
You
was
told
gonna.
me to be
So
myself, man. I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait, so
All
no,
right.
I
Yeah.
did want to tap into the fact because it does roll in, and everything that you're saying is
Yeah.
very valid, and it's something you've lived through, and you've watched others do the same. Now, the whole
Right.
purpose of us actually doing this was, what is that moral compass? What does that look like for the community now? Like, okay, we can know the depth of us, or I should say, speak for myself as a divine feminine. The depth of who I am and how I resonate is I'm able to, in here and up here, be
Hmm.
empathic to what is going on, but also be able to see things quite clear, especially being in balance. Now, the depth of that is we build a community together. So
Right.
oftentimes we will hear that, okay, the man is, he's to protect, he's to provide and serve. So what is that, and what does that look like in today's time, just from a standpoint for you? I
Yeah.
mean, you're literally vibrating in red right now, hello, which
Right.
we
Right.
can talk about the red, the black, the green, but you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
vibrating
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
standing in that blood, that liberation,
Right. That
and
red, black, and green.
yes,
Okay.
and you've
Yeah. Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
done certain
Black,
things for
black.
yourself. So,
Yeah.
what does that look like, far as the moral compass for the
Yeah.
community? What would you say we
Yeah.
need to
Well,
do? One
you
thing,
know,
one thing, even.
well, I'd suppose that most black folks now are raised in single black parent homes. You know,
Mm,
this which is why I touched on the prison system because most of the black men are in prison, or if they're not in prison, they're practicing alternative lifestyles,
mm,
or they live with their mother or father. They have felony charges, or they just completely ignore their children. And in and I think what I'm talking about is a solution versus, I think I'm talking about a solution as well as the question that you asked. And
mm-hmm,
basically, uh, yeah, when you look at these families now, black men are just more
mm,
emotionally driven. They're mostly raised by single black women,
mm, mm,
and it's very difficult to communicate with them. And then when you look at the school system, which we talked about a little bit, the school systems are failing us.
mm,
And a dumber society is easier to control. So before you can even technically get to the solution or what does it look like or what should it be, I suppose we have to start at the roots first. And
mm-hmm,
the roots of the problem suggest that uh, the black men that's out here now, they have really no direction.
mm,
Again, they're more emotionally driven. Uh, they'll even scratch your cars up and cut your tires. I've seen instances of that. I've heard black women tell me it's something women used to do. You understand when I was growing up, but
mm-hmm,
now these
mm-hmm,
guys are doing. And when we say what does it look like, in the environment that I see, and what
mm-hmm,
I see mostly is more baby showers. I see
mm,
extravagant baby showers. The baby showers almost literally mirror the when
mm,
folks graduate, they have these prom, these huge elaborate prom,
mm,
and it's almost like it's for the parent, for the woman. Uh,
mm,
the
mm-hmm.
baby showers are huge, not too many weddings, and then when you start getting
Mm,
into
That's
divorce,
mm,
I mean, first of
mm,
all, these are not men no more. You talk about are they
mm,
softer? Yes, they're softer. They're
mm,
much softer. They're weak.
mm,
Uh, we like to refer to them as, some of these young black men now as the McDonald's generation and Xbox
mm,
generation. They spend most of their time
mm,
playing video games. Uh,
mm-hmm.
they're still sucking their mother's
Mom's.
breast, and
Okay.
it's up to their mothers in most
Mm,
cases because it's
okay.
black women who are raising these guys. Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
I believe there's actually the question we were
yes,
discussing
yes, yes,
earlier.
yes, 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 exactly,
I
exactly.
hope I ran across some of
For
it.
I mean, no, it's really really good because
Yes, yes.
even in that aspect, because as you say, as you continue, because you've had so much of a life experience and you've actually went through different things and come out on the other side of it.
Right.
The scope of when you speak, wisdom comes on your tongue. You know, it's going to come out and on your tongue. So this is another reason why I said it's most definitely something that needs to be discussed. But the implementation of these things, like, okay, so as that divine masculine, as that man who has been in multiple areas, okay, when we're talking about the life's experience, would
Right.
you say that you've embraced a sort of belief system, a spiritual practice, a religion?
Yeah. Well, no
What have you done?
religion. You know, okay, it's, you know, living in the deep South. I mean, like when you speak of areas of Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, you're talking about slave states. And I happen to live in one of the states where the largest slave auction was held, was
Mm,
in Savannah, Georgia. And some of
mm,
those folks are my descendants. They
okay.
called it weeping time because it
Mm,
rained relentlessly when they sold off children and mothers, hundreds of them,
mm,
for the slave owner to maintain this plantation on Butler Island. But again,
mm,
uh, when we're talking about the black men in today's society, most black men own nothing.
mm,
It's the
mm,
women. It's
mm,
the and it, in order to really understand it, you really have to understand the systems of racism. And we have been a targeted group, targeted for incarceration,
mm, mhm,
targeted for poor education,
mhm,
targeted with higher rates of drug use,
mhm,
accessibility to illegal guns, Koreans, Chinese, everyone else placed and planted in our communities to sell
mm,
us everything that white people can't sell us.
mm,
You
mhm, mhm,
understand that
mhm,
most black people not going to a white person to get their nails and stuff done. Not here in the South. You
mm,
understand?
mm,
So you know,
mm,
but they'll go to the Chinese and Koreans, and
mm,
they're not going to put back into the communities and all of these other things. But you know, we'll be going
mhm,
again to a whole nother conversation. But the black men own nothing. It's the women, and oftentimes it's black men moving in with the women, the ones who are left that's
mm,
not incarcerated, the ones who are not incarcerated, the ones who have not been feminized. And
mm,
generally that happens at a young age
mm, mm,
from loved ones, uncles, first cousins who get to playing with the little boys and the girls. And you know, Oprah Winfrey said something one time that literally got her shut down, which was that, you know, once you open up the pathway, the sexual pathway to a
mm,
child, they
mm.
may like it.
Yes, that's
Okay,
true.
it's Pandora's box.
Yes,
You
most definitely.
understand?
Yes,
So
yes.
you deal with childhood issues, and
Okay.
then a lot of these young men, you know, you see their mothers twerking on the videos, and the
That
little
part.
boys, they little
That
boys
part.
standing right there, you
Right,
know,
right,
literally wanting to put a wig on. Shit.
right,
Yeah,
right.
So
yeah,
we have systemic issues at this point, systemic, and
Okay.
they're so deeply rooted. They're so deeply rooted, and we have organizational problems. Uh, Malcolm X again, he says it's not that we lack the numbers, we lack organization and unity.
So how do
Organization and unity.
So how
You
do we
know,
take or how do we build on something that you clearly have been able to curate and nurture with you having and being married to a woman for 33 years? How does the new generation, or even not just the new generation, those of us
right?
that are in our age bracket,
Yeah,
help the generations that are behind us to kind of us standing in the gap there? How do we work with that? Because we can speak about the different situations that we know are plaguing the overall community, but how do we
yeah,
start to build on what it is that you are clearly living the life experience of, if we're just talking about a union between the divine masculine and the
perfect.
divine feminine, that male and that female, that balance,
Yeah,
one being
yeah.
the crown and one being the anchor,
Yeah,
like that part.
that's right.
How do we
Well,
do
you
that?
know,
How
and
how have you done that?
Well, I'll say the three Abrahamic religions teach that, do unto others as you have them do unto you.
Mm,
The temple of God is within you. And
mm,
that's where I would start, is that
mm,
the temple of God is within you. And
mm-hmm,
until we all face the mirror of who we
mm.
are,
Thank
what
you.
we are, and
Mm,
where
mm,
we're trying to go,
mm-hmm,
we'll always be lost and looking for people to lay hands on us
mm,
and tell
mm,
us what thus says the Lord.
mm,
God told me to tell you.
mm,
And the people have the itching ears. They excited to hear these things when the
mm-hmm.
truth of the matter is God is within. And
Most
if
definitely. Mm-hmm.
I'd say personal accountability, when we
Okay.
learn to quit
Okay.
blaming the devil for one,
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
the Negroes gonna say, man, the devil made me do this shit. It ain't the goddamn devil. No, man, it's you. Okay, and this is what the
So
niggas got.
accountability.
Negroes got they got to have the accountability.
Okay.
Okay,
So
without the
one, that's the
accountability,
first. Okay.
that's one.
Accountability.
Then we'll get rid of the devil. And then one of the things we have to understand is that who you are is
Mm.
who you are. Not only do you look like both parents, and you
So.
share similarities of both parents,
Mm-hmm.
but you also inherit the spiritual energies. And that's why even
Ooh.
if you didn't, I think in college when I was in school they called it nature versus nurture. Maybe you could raise a child and nurture it in such a way and make it be more like you, not it, but the human being. You know what I mean?
Tell the truth.
Okay, but
Tell the
by
truth.
nature, I got family members who popped up in our lives after 30 years. It's us, it's your brother's son, and,
Mm,
and you
mm, mm,
realize immediately the Negro just like us.
mm,
He
mm,
wasn't raised with us by
mm,
nature.
mm-hmm,
So one of the things we have to understand is that who you was when you was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
mm,
15, 16,
mm,
if you snuck in the back seat of the car and got you a little bit,
mm,
you
mm,
still got that shit in you. It just takes the
mm.
right person to pull it out. Who we
Okay.
are is who we are. What we're doing is practicing higher God consciousness.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
So now
We're
that
practicing
taps
higher
in.
God consciousness.
So that
We
taps
got to
into
figure
that
out
part.
who we are.
That part that I was discussing first. Okay. So
That's right.
with you being who you are, you have taken
Right.
on a spiritual practice. You've aided
That's right.
it within yourself. You've done your own
That's
due
right.
diligence, your own shadow work.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to touch from that area because we definitely, as you said, we can speak about what we know and we can physically see what you physically
Right.
gone through as an experience. We know people who have gone through that, and the accountability is what I hear you saying first and foremost,
Right.
and then
Right.
putting down the blaming the devil that's over there, but real
Right.
talk, the devil's within thee as well. If that God
That's right.
consciousness is there, so is
Duality of
that devil.
spirit.
That
That's right.
part. So if
Right.
we're doing that, have you? I got to ask you this then, because just your story alone says to me that you have been in peaks and valleys. You've had some time where you had to be isolated
Oh
to a
man.
point that you had to be a master first of your
Right.
mental state, how you
Yeah.
moved, how you dealt with other people. Was that
Right.
something, and to this day, is that something that you see that you could teach, or you're showing other people how to do that, other men? What was it that made
Well,
you snap? You know what I mean? Like click, click. Hello, I
uh,
need to tap in.
there were many situations that woke me up. I think I was woken up, uh, as a young person who's seen parental abuse and seen some of the things my mother
Mm,
went through. I seen, I
mm,
witnessed it. I was one of those people who dealt with the bullying and
mm,
certain issues. But resilience, I'd say, I would be one of those people who, me, my brothers alike, we all were counted out. We were very, just kind of wild in nature, and
mm,
and again, in order to overcome all of these things, man, you have to really focus on your own God self.
mm.
And I don't know if it was a specific thing that made me
Okay.
click. Well, no, there was one specific thing that made me click.
Okay.
Now I was in that prison. I was in
Okay.
that prison, and my wife brought my children to see me for the first time, and,
Mm.
and it was the only time because it broke me so bad to
Mm.
understand
Mm.
that even the incident that I had gotten myself into that led to me being in prison,
Mm.
once you get in a place like that, it's just a lot of thinking and focusing on yourself
Mm.
and eating
Mm.
horrible food and listening to a bunch of bull crap. But
Mhm. Mhm.
nevertheless, when I seen my children and I seen them when the visitation was over and they had to turn their backs to me and walk off, and I
Ooh.
had never been separated from my children ever. Uh, that
Ooh.
broke me. It
Mm.
transformed me in ways, and I realized that the decision I made, uh, and I'm not going to get into the story, but the decision I
Yes, it's
made
okay.
in the altercation that I had with the guy, which turned out to be my relative, it was
Mm.
so unnecessary. And when you
Mm.
start mixing low energies such as alcohol, particularly large amounts of alcohol,
Mm.
alcohol is called spirits for a reason,
Yes. Yes, that part.
because it shifts your spirit and
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
brings you into a higher consciousness. Any drug will open your mind and bring you to a higher consciousness. That's why most drug users are so intelligent about getting the drug.
Mm.
I mean, they get high, and you think of every creative way on planet Earth to do anything. You
That part.
understand? Shit, your
That
mind's
part.
open.
That
Yeah, you
part.
eat a mushroom or something, man. You thinking
Right.
about damn Hawaii or somewhere, man. Hawaii 5-0. Okay, it was damn ski. You
Now,
ever go?
okay, I gotta ask you this because okay, you
That's
have
right.
had that time. You okay? I would say for myself, it has been one of those one of those journeys that I would always get asked, why are you choosing the hard road? I mean, you could have it so easy, walking through several different like Damascus experience, Job,
Yeah,
this,
right.
homeless, violation,
Oh wow.
drugs. Yeah, honey, this,
Yeah, you
this
conquered it.
I've
You
been
conquered
through.
some demons. That's right.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
then the
Right,
biggest
right.
demon is thyself because I had to own and
Hey
forgive
man,
thyself. I had to
it's
own
exactly
and
right.
forgive thyself of those particular places, and times in my
Righteous.
life, and use that to
Right.
persevere, which is what I hear you
Righteous.
saying too. Okay, this is what
Right.
I hear you
Yeah.
saying as well. So, how? Okay, I know how I do it far as I give to people the best that
Oh
I
yeah.
can
Right.
give,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah,
I
man.
also
Yeah.
know that everybody learns at their own pace, and I can't overgive.
Yeah.
I can't overextend because
Right.
people got to do their own damn work. Number one,
Yeah.
they got to do
Right.
their own work. So that's what I hear you saying: accountability. I hear you saying being organized and in the community, in the state, spiritually as well, because religion does box you in. It box you down. It'll hold you
Yeah.
down and hold you in and not allow you to see your fullest potential. All right. In
Righteous.
the community, because we got music going on. I mean, we're gifted. We're multi-talented creations.
Man,
So we got
the most
we got
copied people on
music
this earth.
happening. We got
Yeah.
spirits happening. And I would say it's not that I'm saying you can't have something to drink. I love wine, but I got to enter and understand what wine does to me and how that
Yeah.
moves my
Yeah.
energy field. Is
Yeah.
there any
Yeah.
practice that you do yourself? Because that's the other thing. Mike, your community does know you. I know you.
Yeah.
And we know what
Uh-huh.
you stand for. What is that one thing that Mike does when he feels like, okay, I got to tap out? The
Well,
brothers need to know that part.
yeah,
Okay, they do.
you said a lot in there.
Okay.
One of the first things I want to say is, uh, it takes work to live a
Mm.
low life. It's a hustle and a grind to live in
Mm.
low. It's a hustle to obtain drugs. It's a hustle to whatever is low. It takes work.
Ooh,
It
Mike,
also,
just wait. Let the people in the chat just marinate on that because that was baby.
yeah,
Okay, yes,
yeah,
it does take work.
it's work. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
not free, but it's a comfortable place there. That's why people can love each other in low energy. But that love is
Mm.
destructive. It's based off of hitting each other with bats, hitting each other across the head, make love, and yeah, it's low energy takes work just as well as being a high energy person. As you said, you give to people, you practice yoga. Well, it takes work. It takes work to live a high energy
Discipline.
life, because to
Yes.
reflect back on what I was saying, not only do you look like both parents, but you inherit energies that is within you. And you cannot baptize this shit out of nobody. You can't dip nobody head in no goddamn on
Right,
water and say you a new creature. You has not no new nigga. You still got the same problems, okay? You just got to get the discipline. All right? God dang, man. You got to get some goddamn self-discipline.
Mike,
That's
Mike,
all I'm saying.
Mike, listen,
I'm
listen.
sorry.
I would
You
tell
told me to be
Heiress.
myself.
I would tell Heiress a lot of
Yeah,
times because we all have to work through certain things, and I would tell her, baby, listen, you're a combination of myself and your father. That is
righteous.
what makes up your
That's right.
identity. However, you got to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able to sit down, look at yourself, look at your
righteous.
parents, and go, oh, hell no, I don't want that shit. No, that didn't work.
Okay, and
No,
let me tell you this
I
though.
gotta, I
Let me
gotta
tell you
go.
this. No matter. Okay, my
You
mother,
gotta
man.
work through it.
My mother is like, she's well known. She's a part of the Gullah Geechee Rain Shadows. She's in several
Yeah.
movies, the Nat Turner
Shout
movie,
out,
all that stuff,
mama.
right? But what I've learned, she's raised over 50 something foster children, and it don't matter how
Wow.
bad the parents treated these children. None of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. What I've learned as soon as they came of age, just like what I did,
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I did. As soon as I came into the knowledge, and I said, "Man, who is my daddy?" Because he
Mm,
left my life. I
mm,
it was abusive. I ended up with a stepfather. Now I'm
mm-hmm.
about 14, and I wanted to know who he was because of the energies that you get from both parents. Because there's some things you're dealing with your mother with, and you know good and well she cannot answer your damn question, and
Thank
that
you.
shit has to be answered from that daddy.
Thank you.
Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
and this is why every good parent can see themselves in their child and make the
Mm-hmm.
necessary corrections. There's some
Mm-hmm.
things my children do, I don't understand it. My wife do,
Mm-hmm.
and she can
Mm-hmm.
step in and say, because it comes from her nature. You understand? Well, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, let
Yes.
me relax.
Yes. No,
But
no,
yes,
no.
man,
That was
you're right.
good. No, you hit the
But
right spot. I know that we've
righteous.
been going back and forth on. I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm gonna let the heiress, the generation behind
Righteous.
both of us, have some words. But that very
Yeah,
statement that you made mention to, I had to do my own shadow work, okay, and
righteous.
identify the areas that were in me that were not healed, that were still going
Right.
through trauma, that had been passed
Righteous.
on to my daughter. And as she showed those
Right.
particular signs, I had to account
No.
for that, my totality, and then tell her,
Righteous.
look, here you go, baby. Look at that. That's not you. That only becomes
Right.
you unless you decide to play that role with that. So you're going to have to do your own spiritual work. So that
Right.
spiritual
Yeah.
work would
Yeah.
allow you
You
to
have to.
remediate
Yeah.
yourself. And
Yeah,
it
a lot of
always
times you
works.
never get a chance to meet the parent ever, and you got to figure
That
it out
part.
for yourself.
That
So
part.
some of the parts of my life, I think you asked me, like, what have I done to, to evolve,
Yes, yes.
right? Well, I've had to seek out. I've been goes back to the you said I've been up on the women. I have been under women, under black women. Uh,
Mm, mm.
a smart person learns from their own experience. The
Woo!
wise learn from the experience of others. So I've had to seek it out. I've had to seek out knowledge. Okay, I've had to seek it out. I've had to sit down with old men and talk to them about their lives and what they've been
Sit at the
through.
feet.
And I've been fortunate enough to deal with black men in their 90s, and I'm
Mm.
still in contact with black men in their
Oh,
90s and 80s and
shit.
70s, and black women because of the community I live in. These
So can
people
I
are well
border?
protected and loved. Yes, yes, go
So
ahead.
can I border to say this, and we'll pass it to
Yeah.
Eris. Okay, you said accountability. Wasn't it accountability? Them know,
Accountability.
knowing
Yeah,
their God
yeah.
self, and then now sitting at the feet of the wise
Man, know
ones.
that so.
Okay,
Right.
whether
Learning
it
to
be
listen.
divine
Yeah. Take
feminine or
advice.
divine masculine, you got to be able to sit.
Doesn't
And so
matter.
so
Yeah.
far, y'all,
Yeah.
we keeping track. people in the chat. Everybody, we keep them chat. That's 3,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm sure we
yeah,
can get
yeah,
at least
yeah,
5 to 7 out of here. So what do you think,
yeah, yeah,
Heiress?
yeah.
What are you thinking? Because you're you're
Oh,
definitely
Aries,
thinking
I
things.
ain't heard
Come
no
on.
Aries, man.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
Aries, don't you do it to me.
well, I'm going to tie in
Yeah,
two
yeah.
statements you said because it still ends up correlating with each other. You mentioned earlier about there's more like baby showers or whatever than
Okay.
actual weddings. So and then
Yeah.
for the majority of the time, baby showers before wedding, they a high percentage of the couples don't even end up being with each other. So that ends up
Yeah.
tying into couples relationships and why do you think they're failing? And also
Oh man.
because of that, it ties to when they have
Yeah.
those babies and they're
Right.
separated because they failed. You said, Yaya said, Empress said, how do you say, when they go through certain things in their life, which is perfect, one is
Yeah.
from the mama side and one is from the father side. If there's
Yeah.
one isn't there, if it's the mama, oh wow. If it's the father, we know that more. It's like creates the imbalance. So let's say let's go to the relationships because it starts with a person saying, "Hi, I'm so and so and so and so," and then it goes to the baby. Why do you think these the couples and relationships are, I would say, failing on a higher scale than ever
Years of
Oh
prior.
yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Again, man, it goes back to, I lay the base out because I know I would refer back to it. And again, black folks, at least in America, about 15% of the population, which they've been saying that for the last 50 years. I think way more than that. But out of that percentage, 70% black males are incarcerated. All right. We're talking about systemic racism that has helped to get us to a point where black women say, I don't need a man. Okay, all I need is white Jesus. Yeah, they want white Jesus. They want him to come in there and do it. And I told them, I said, well, shit, if I'm single, what if I need white Jesus as a man? What are you gonna do then? No, that's another conversation.
Really, Mike? Really? Really?
Yeah, but, I mean, you told me to be myself now. I'm a jokester too. Okay, but man, I done lost my damn train of thought. Man, what y'all doing to me? Okay, you said what you said about white Jesus?
Yeah, you said
Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia. That's who they bought him from. Caesar Borgia. Okay, it gave him the blue eyes and fur. And fur, man. Okay, his dog hair. Roots monkey. Okay, Neanderthal.
So
We're not gonna get into that.
No, we're
okay,
not.
All right. Keep me focused. Help me.
Okay, back to the relationship.
Yeah, yes.
So what
well,
Heiress?
One more time. I'm sorry. I'm serious.
So why do you think I say couples and relationships? Why do you think they're failing at a higher scale? And
I got an answer.
Right.
I want Mike to finish so I can pick.
Exactly.
Come on, Mike.
Focus.
So
okay, I got it. Okay, let me go. Let me ride with it. Let me ride with it while I'm on track. Okay, this goes back again to what I was saying about this damn prison population. Okay, now let's fast forward. We looked at the prison population and the numbers of where the black men are at. And if they're not in prison, okay, they either alternative men now, or they live with their parents and they don't have nothing but a felony conviction because of the school to prison pipeline that Dr. Umar refers to.
Okay. Yes, most definitely.
So now what I'm trying to establish is the men, they in prison. So now you want to know why these relationships don't last? Because that's the question. Okay, the men are in prison. And if they're not in prison, they're either alternative now, they live with their parents, or they're tooken. So
what do we? So wait. So
It's too
what do
many
you look at?
choices. Choices. It's choices,
Okay,
man.
okay, okay,
It's so many choices out here for the black men. There's so many
okay.
women.
So if we go now, because
Yeah.
our whole title was the moral compass. How then? Because we already said
Morality.
we
No.
already know.
Are you
Mike,
shaking his head
wait a
like,
minute.
Ain't
nah,
no
it's
Keep
over
morality.
going.
with. It's
You
over with.
already know. You two. So
Ain't
you
no
already
morality.
know
That's what I'm
that
telling you. Oh shit. Come on, goddess. Ain't no
listen.
morality with these Negroes, man. They go with the man,
Okay,
then they go with
because
the woman. How
wait,
you they got a
wait.
thumb ring on? I
Stop
just
it.
asked the
Okay,
question why they got a thumb ring.
Mike, wait,
Man, I
wait,
can't even feel that. I couldn't
wait.
put
Let's
a
not.
band-aid around my thumb.
I'm not
Okay.
talking about
Oh, yeah.
look.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I'm talking about
Okay.
those that are looking for a way, because all of us learn
Yeah.
in a different pace of life. We all done been through some
Man.
stuff. We already know that. You spoke very truthfully, transparent about your
Yeah.
life, and you changed. Okay,
Yeah.
so some
Yeah.
people will, and some people
Yes.
are. We already established that.
Yes.
We know some are. But what about
Yeah.
those that are actually at that
Yeah.
crossroads? My
Yeah. I
nickname
think. Yeah.
is the
Yeah. I think
is
what
the
they need to
crossroad.
do.
Okay, tell me.
Well, at the crossroads, damn. I don't know why that came in my head. I think it's Larry Booker or Hooker. I think he was
Mm,
at Tennessee at the crossroads. He made a deal with
yes.
the devil, but he was a good
Okay.
guitar player. But I'm saying, with these guys,
Yep.
what I would tell them is to
Please.
turn the rap music off. Turn that shit
Okay.
off,
Okay.
Let's
man.
start.
Okay.
That's
Let's
the
So now
first
that's
thing.
start.
four.
Okay. Get some goddamn Lauren Hill. Okay. That's what it's
That's
about,
four.
Marley.
Yes.
Shit,
Harris, can
man.
you count right? We
Yeah.
putting it down.
Yeah.
So that's now the
Turn the
turning off the
turn the
music,
rap off.
the
Turn the
rap
rap
off.
off. It's a
Okay.
spirit in it.
Okay.
There's a demonic spirit in that music now.
Okay. Oh, most step. I can say most of definitely. It's really coming off that way.
Yeah.
We need to go back to having some
Yeah.
jazz. We need to go back to some, even now
But
tapping into the Hertz music. Do something
yeah,
that is,
right.
walk outside in
432.
nature, create your own music,
Yeah. Well,
that sort of thing. But okay,
look
so
what they.
Mike,
Shit, man.
wait,
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
wait. So now you said turn off the music. So now you have
Yes.
now
Turn that
after
music.
they've turned off the music, what's that next
Turn that
step?
rap
What's that next thing?
off. Oh, man.
Come
Woo.
on, Mike. Cause I can
I
give it.
said
Okay,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
once you turn that rap music off, I mean, it's telling you to go kill your neighbor. It's
Mm,
telling you to rape a drug a woman and shit. Man, this stuff is horrible.
mm,
And
mm,
they put R. Kelly in prison, Michael Jackson in Prince, and Bob Marley. They killed all of them people that
mm,
come with this real music,
mm,
because music is so damn transformational. And
mm,
probably one of the younger brothers I like out there, myself personally, is that Chris Brown. But
mm,
I tell them to get away from that hardcore rap music. And this is a God truth, because I be at these events, I barbecue here and there.
mm.
The boots on the ground events, and I said it early on. This music is
Grassroots.
so backwoods. You make
Mm,
it in your basement,
mm,
okay?
mm,
And the Israeli community is unable to affect these parties that's taking place in these backyards. And this is where you're finding real soul. I mean, when you see
mm,
these people, man, you see how people out there dancing and moving together. Thousands, hundreds of them. And I'm at these events. I see this stuff. And
mm,
it's a spiritual thing at the same freaking time, okay? But man, as soon as you get to the club and they
mm,
turn the young boy NBA on, man, somebody get hit in the head with a bottle. Okay?
mm, mm,
The music is damn demonic. We need to get back to some soulful music,
mm,
music that teaches love and
mm,
compassion, because we're being attacked on every side. And then again, man, when you're in these project areas and places, man, they're food deserts. You can't get no quality food. You got to eat sweets all day from the neighborhood,
mhm,
Indian or Chinaman. Okay, the liquor store right here, 15, 20 churches on the same strip. And them Negroes raping.
mm,
Okay, they raping your spirit. They
yeah,
telling you stay on your knee, stay
mhm,
on your knee, and pay
mm,
them taxes, and them ties to white Jesus. And
Mm,
and it would take a poor God to need your money. If God is the creator of all things, and
mm,
God made the trees, why God need your money? Well,
mm,
they want that money. And you know what? Black people love to hear any freaking thing. That's why we got colonized, and they got these Negroes still bent down on their knees. I live here. I see this shit, man. I'm in the Bible state.
mm,
And it's very hard to tell them anything. There's two things you're born into in the South: a Christian and a Democrat. And
mm.
if you come of age and you
Yeah,
say I'm
yeah.
a Republican or a damn man, man, yeah, turn their backs on.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
you know we brainwash,
Okay.
and we do it to ourselves now, and we keep ourselves in lowly places, and we're
Okay.
completely dependent on the God in the sky and the devil on our feet for our blessings. And the truth of the matter is, again, God is within, and so too is the devil, and it takes work.
Mhm.
It takes
Okay.
practice, daily practice, to become, you know,
Yeah.
Mm.
you
I
Yeah.
beautiful
Okay.
soul.
Go on, baby. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
Polka actually put in a question. So this is what actually
Oh,
ties to what you were saying. Yeah, Pocahontas
Hey, Poke. How
Eshell,
you doing,
yes.
Poke? Huh?
So
Hey,
she
yeah,
said,
I know Poke.
Peace King Hotep, what are some of the ways young men can shift from low vibrational energy to a more positive energy, as you said, as you did despite life's challenges and etc. Because you've been through it. So how were you taking it from yourself,
Uh,
able to really elevate yourself from that? Because that can go down the rabbit.
yeah. First of all, learn more symbols. As we know, the first
Mm,
form of writing is hieroglyphics. Which you
mm,
guys have been to Egypt, you guys have seen it up
mhm,
close and personal. And you know, again, if I say house, you don't see HOUSE in your subconscious brain. You see a picture of a house, and we got to learn
mm,
more pictures. That's what I would tell a young man. Pick up books, start reading, read everything every day,
mm,
everywhere you go, even if it's the stop sign, man, read it. Everything is connected.
mm,
Uh, I would say work out. It comes down to body, mind, and soul. If
mhm,
any one of those energies are off, it can derail at least your 70% of your life. You know, again, it only takes 30% of a problem to cause you 100% of problems or 70% of the problems, whichever it is. But
mhm,
it don't take much to cause your whole entire life to shift if your weight is off, if your
mm.
spirit is off. And the spirit and the mind is two different energies.
Yes.
Okay, the mind can
Big.
regurgitate and absorb energy, absorb information. You
Mhm,
know what happened in 1775. You know what happened in 1862. You know what happened during the Civil Rights Act. That's your mind. It
mm,
could read and absorb information, but your
mhm,
spirit suggests that if you're in the line at a grocery store and the old lady don't have no money or she's short, you immediately reach in your pocket and pay for it. That's spiritual work.
Speak, King.
See,
Speak.
and that is a definitive difference. You understand? And obviously, your physical self is your physical self.
Mhm,
You should pay
mhm.
attention to what you're putting in your body. You
Ashe.
understand? And how much of it. I'll tell you, the biggest drug in these United States of America, particularly with black people in America, is sugar.
Mhm.
And I see the black people, they pile in the church. And one of the last times I went to church, the prophet, my brother's a preacher, and the prophet, I said, brother, before I went in there, I said, brother, please tell the prophet, do not call me and lay no damn hands, because I'm not
Mm,
coming up there. Okay. So thank God the prophet didn't call. But the prophet got up there and she said this: if you want God to heal you from diabetes, all you got to do is pray to white Jesus. And I said, Jesus Christ, well, fuck, man, you gonna kill these people. And they eat the sugar. Tell them to quit eating the goddamn Debbie pies and the chocolate cakes and the fudge pudding shit, man. Tell them to quit eating all that stuff. That's the truth of it. And they won't talk about no damn gluttony. And them people The sister ankle so big it looked like a ham hock, man. It shit be piling across and shit. You can ball it. Put it in some grease.
Mike.
You are what you eat. Okay, man. Don't forget that. Y'all know that. You practice yoga. Yeah, you are what you eat.
Stop.
Oh yes, ma'am. I'm back on task.
Stop it, Mike. Okay.
Shit, man. All right. Yeah, I know y'all gonna have me back. I might as well go ahead and say what I got to say. All right, man. All right. And get it out. Okay. Just in case they want to hear me again, man. They say, Hotep, man. Damn you, shit, man. You throw it off, man. And I know that. I know it. The doctor told me my cup was half full. And I didn't know what it meant at the time. I would have cursed the ass out.
Oh
Shit.
my gosh, you having me
Half full.
PTSD.
Yeah, my cup half full. I do have PTSD. I'm a disabled veteran. I put that as a disclaimer.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Most definitely we'll keep that in
All
mind.
right.
We totally,
Oh, yes.
no, but in real time, we totally get.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally get that. I totally
Yeah.
get that. It is. What I want to ask you about though, because you did say read, and that was one of my questions I wanted to ask you too. What was what was one of your favorite books, or one of the books you believe that everyone in the diaspora overall, that you believe it would really be a really good book for them to read?
Yeah.
Especially we're talking about for the divine masculine. Give us a good elder.
I mean, like, honestly, I would say How to Make a Negro Christian, by John Colcutt Jones.
Okay.
And Reverend John Colcutt Jones, and he actually lives about well, you know, nobody actually disappears off this earth. They all get buried, and shit, or burned, but so they still here in some type of weird way. But Colcutt Jones is down there, and his book was so influential during the slavery, because he really taught the slave owners how to use religion against black people, and make them submit. And as a result, they colonized every continent, man, because of you know, with that misinformation. So that's one book. I go with Moby Dick. I know it's probably, I know, man.
Really?
I like he had one leg. Yeah, I like his peg. I like his peg leg. I don't know. Moby Dick. It's inspiring. It's a really inspiring book.
I was gonna say really.
I know you was waiting on one of the African books. You know, shit, man, Thomas Jefferson's wife or something. Annie Mae Luth Hamus. I don't know.
I like what you said, because that was your first and
seriously.
And for me,
and the Willie Lynch and the Willie Lynch letter.
Okay.
It's not a book, but I would read the Willie Lynch letter, and I just start, and it will create such a burning passion, I think, within anyone who read those words and realize how they did black folks. I mean, literally, if you just read those two books alone, everything else will fall in line. That's what I believe. I think history really needs to be taught. And it's one of the biggest things that obviously this administration here in the States is trying to get rid of is information, but you can never hide it. I mean, they try to knock the noses and shit off of them spank. You can never hide information. It's always going to be here. And we're going to always prevail because we are people of the sun. We are God's blessed people. And the universe is with us and for us. And I thank God for the awakening and the shift that is occurring now, because, hey, man, look where I'm at, man. Shit.
Yes.
Got that on podcast with the Empresses, man. Pushing information and talking righteous, you know. We're not talking about what's the song Young Miami got out, man. And this is some of the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, as far as turn that music off, the boosted and all of this shit is horrible. But I'm gonna tell you, if you listen to just the beat alone, it would hold you. And I heard Louis Farrakhan say that one time, man. They give you such a good beat, and we Africans, and we are moved by the drum beat, and they overlay that drum beat with the most negative, vile bull crap.
Yes.
And that's where the problem becomes. And that's what some of this white, I don't call it supremacy. I'll never say white supremacy. Is white terrorism. There's nobody supreme over God's original people. They are terrorists. They are
Yes.
terrorists. The African Moors tried to tame them and culturalize them. On
That's
every
a
Yes.
continent,
really
the African Moors tried to work with them. You understand?
really good,
Can't
really
teach you.
different way of looking at that. But most definitely something that
Yeah.
I would like to add or conclude in regards to that, because I am
Yes.
resonating in that green. Hello, I am resonating in that green. So we know that's all about
Okay. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
growth, hope,
Appreciate it.
wealth, the heart chakra, us just being
Yeah.
able to look towards the future, because it is one thing for me to say that it's like we're a collective consciousness, number one, and we know that
Righteous.
we can live in the past, the present, and the future all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
who,
Everything is
that's why
perfect.
you can literally say I want to go on vacation, but the depth
Right.
is you're taking your same self to that other place.
Yeah.
So
Righteous.
with you having, with
Yeah.
you, not you figuratively, but
Yeah.
overall, generally, us being able to resonate in a place for ourselves, regardless if the information is coming from you, myself, Heiress, whomever, if you're able to resonate within your own self, which means owning your own totality, being
Right.
able to think for yourself and understand that whatever it is that you're eating of, whether it be something physical for your mouth, through your ears, or your eyes, and even more importantly, who you're sharing your time with. So,
Right.
whoever you're sleeping with, that's a transfer of that
Oh
spirit
God,
as
man.
well.
Energy. Yeah.
So, that's
Energy. Yeah.
energy, that's that
Yeah.
particular frequency. So, the moral
Yeah.
compass, I would like to say, the moral compass is first being in balance with your divine self. Now, you know
Right.
damn well when you're out of balance,
It's my
and
type.
it all it takes is that sense of direction and inner and overstanding. Now, the inner and overstanding, as you said, Mike Hotep, earlier so
Yeah.
elegantly, that is still work. It is a discipline. It's something that I
It's work.
continuously say that we
Righteous.
must do our shadow
Yeah.
work. There's still
That's
stuff
right.
that I, as much in many years as I've done my shadow work, going through highs, lows, peaks, valleys, violations, gunshots, all that other stuff as
Yeah.
well, I
Wow.
still had to
Yeah.
own
Overcame.
myself. I
That's
had to
right.
get up and show
Yeah.
myself, and then
No
be
matter what.
honesty
Yeah.
enough to go ahead and show that to my children, whether it's my biological
Right.
or my spiritual children. This, listen, this is what my
Righteous.
face looked like. So you see
Yeah.
this, okay? You see this now,
Mm.
that I'm holding my own moral compass for myself, and I think,
Right.
I know that's something that we lost, and that's something that we need to obtain. So all of
We
the
gotta
key
get back to
points
that, man. The
that you
blame game
said
is horrible.
earlier
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
beautiful. I definitely,
Thank you
I
so
hope and
much.
trust and believe that most people that heard it today and people that will come to hear it will get to hear the depth of your experience, your life experience, which allows you to even utter
Shit.
with
Yeah.
wisdom. You uttered with
That's
wisdom, even
right.
having us laugh and joke. You uttered still
Yeah.
wisdom. There's a difference
Yeah.
from being a
Yeah.
goofy, a clown,
Um,
and making
yeah.
somebody laugh than somebody
Well.
that has wholeheartedly wisdom
Yeah.
and giving
Yeah.
you facts
Yeah.
and making you
Yeah.
laugh. It sits
Uh.
different. It
Yeah.
definitely sits different.
I forgot who coined the phrase, and they said, sometimes you have to wrap truth in laughter because it makes it
Yes.
more
Yes. Yes.
palatable.
Palatable.
Yes.
You
Palatable. Yep.
understand?
Most
Yeah, it makes
definitely.
it more palatable, and that is something that I do. Maybe it was Dick Gregory or one of those guys.
Yes.
God bless
Yes.
whomever.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's been nothing but it's been nothing but a blessing to be here with the two of you, and
Thank you.
again, we've been knowing each other for a long time, man. I don't have
Yes.
nothing but respect and love for you all. I talk about you guys all the time to my daughters. Like,
Honored.
man, you need to follow her page, her daughter page.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That type of thing, man. I believe you guys are true goddesses. Keep up the good work. I am a clown at times, and I do break down with the bull crap.
You're a
And that's just
comedian.
how that works. Yeah, I am a little bit.
All divine
I can't help
gratitude
it.
and respect
But
to
all
you.
people who know me, it's just how. But
Yes.
thank you so much, Queen Sister.
Thank
I sure
you.
appreciate it. True
Divine, would you like
goddesses,
to say
man.
something, my
Yeah, yeah.
love?
Yes.
Talk to him, Jack. Sister Jack. Talk to him, girl.
Definitely,
Shit.
definitely. I'm just already saying it now that
Yeah.
you definitely will be back on the platform. I'm
Oh
just,
man, bring me back, man.
yeah,
Bring
because
Hotep back, man.
yeah, I kind of like
Yeah.
it. I kind of like it. Yeah,
Man, I
you're
sure
doing.
appreciate that. Hey, I like your hair like that too, man. I tell a black woman, man, what that goddamn African fro, man? Leave the damn process shit alone.
I was
Leave them
telling her to
Chinese
pull it
alone,
out
that shit,
earlier. I was
man.
like, let me see,
No,
let me
man,
see
it
her,
looks
let me
great, man.
see.
I always love that look, man.
I love
And,
looking at
and,
you,
and,
man. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all got great
most
genetics, man. Good people,
most
man. I
definitely.
love y'all. Appreciate you too, man. For real, this is the
Yes.
second time I've done something like this, and well, you said be
Oh,
myself. Thank God I wasn't
yes.
drinking or nothing. Jesus Christ,
Oh my
love it.
God.
Ah! No, I like a little taste every once in a while, a little sip.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
okay.
Jesus
It's
turned
okay.
water into wine. He said,
Oh,
truly, I've
okay.
saved the
All
best for
right.
damn
We're
last.
just.
That's what white Jesus said. He turned it into wine.
I
Yes, sir.
can't.
All right, ladies. All right, yo, I get disconnected from this damn thing. And hotel hit my
I
head.
will end the
Oh, where
show.
the
I will
damn
end it.
button
I
at?
will end
See,
it.
All
You
right,
did
guys.
good. You did
Hey,
good.
one
one
love.
You
love.
did.
All right, love y'all. One love.
Wait,
Damn, man. They got
don't,
a red button right there.
leave
Shit.
it alone, Mike.
Don't touch anything, Bobby. There you
I had to do it.
You love
freaking
him.
heck. Anyway, he just dropped the mic completely. He just walked out.
Girl, I turned my light off too. But
Oh my
anyway, all
goodness.
divine gratitude to
Yes.
you guys. I so
A shame.
appreciate having my Mike is he's so dear to our heart and his family. I mean, the wife, you guys, 33 years,
Yes. A shame. A shame.
more love, peace, and
A
joy.
shame. A shame.
I so appreciate all you that have tuned in and put your comments in the chat. Those that will come to hear this message. This month is going to be it's going to be something else because we're bringing out the divine masculines on that have been being who they truly
Yes.
are,
Exactly.
okay, without the
Exactly.
spotlight. Okay, some having the spotlight, but it's time for us to know more about our grassroots kings, our divine
Yes.
masculines. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I
Most
appreciate you too, Eris.
Yes, I appreciate you, also Empress, and appreciate everyone that's watched this live and also in the future as well. Okay, thank you
Yeah,
so
don't
much.
forget. We got
Yeah.
we got several ones. So our next one is Turf Wars with Aaron. Oh, you guys, yeah.
Yes, yes. It's gonna be on this Wednesday. You're gonna see the promo. You actually the promo's already on the page. Being
Okay.
on our I think it's the FGTV, so you can save it, save the date and stuff like that. But most definitely we'll do an extra promo just to remind everybody. But
Yes.
yeah, most definitely we'll do that. And what else? Yes. For any donations and love offerings, please do click the link in the description box to donate and support the channel.
We was gonna tell it
It's
about
just,
Mike too, but I mean Mike
oh
just
yeah,
like
yeah, of course, yes, of course, yeah. We'll get to that. I'm sure definitely the next show around we will have that in mind.
my God.
Yes. All right, beloveds. All right. Give
Love
thanks.
you. Love you.
Yes. Love you all. All right. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.